बाबा कहते हो यही बच्चे मेरे ताज तुम्ही, नैन के नूर लाडलो मेरी आवाज तुम्ही, मेरी दुनिया में तेरे दम से उजाला है, तुम्हारे साथ का अनुभव बड़ा निराला है।
गोपी वल्लभ की गोपिकाओं का ये गायन है कि गोपी वल्लभ के गोपिकाओं को अति इंद्रिय सुख रहता। तो जिनों को अति इंद्रिय सुख होगा बाबा सिवाय कुछ याद नहीं। और कितना बाबा सहज दिया है, एक बिंदु ज्योति याद करो बस, और कोई नहीं। घर में भी बच्चों पोतों दोतों को याद करो। तो आप सभी माताएं बाबा के इस बेहद शांति वन में पहुंचे हो, ऐसा आप सभी यहाँ एक एक बाबा को प्यार से लगन से याद करो, जो ये सब कमजोरियां खत्म हो जावे। एक तो पक्की पक्की योगिन बनो, अर्थात सीताएं बनो, और एक बाबा के सिवा कोई याद नहीं। और फिर सच्ची पवित्र योगिनियां उनको कहेंगे जिन्होंने पवित्रता की राखी बांधी है। पवित्रता की राखी बांधेंगे दोनों को, दादी भी राखी बांधेंगी, सौगात के साथ सबको राखी देंगी, परंतु प्रतिज्ञा होगी कि राखी बांधते प्रतिज्ञा है एक बाबा कोई दूसरा नहीं। तो पवित्रता की राखी बांध के जाएंगे, क्यों बाबा ने कहा है तुम्हारी सबसे पहला व्रत है पवित्रता का। ये इसी पर ही कई माताएं भाई बहने सितम भी सहन करते, घर में लड़ाई झगड़े हो, परंतु पक्की पक्की सीताओं को एक राम के सिवा, चाहे रावण कैसा भी मिला, राम के सिवा कुछ याद नहीं। तो आप सभी को भी ऐसा ध्यान रखना है। दूसरा, कोई भी मन के अंदर किसी के प्रति भी नफरत हो, किसी को भी किसी भी परिवार के लिए वैर हो, विरोध हो, नफरत हो, तो बाबा कहते यहाँ आए हो सब बुराई छोड़ने। तो ये बुराई छोड़ के सबसे प्यार करना सीखो।
निराली शान है, दिल तख्त पर हमें रख लिया, खुद से ऊंचा मान देकर नाम दिल पर लिख लिया। ताज तख्त और तिलक की हमको अमर जागीर दी, ताज तख्त और तिलक की हमको अमर जागीर दी, जिंदगी जीने की हमको एक नई तदबीर दी आपने बाबा हमें।
Om Shanti. Have love for solitude and imbibe unity and concentration. Unity of one direction, one strength, and one faith. It is not a big thing to do ordinary service, but to reform that which has been spoiled, and to bring about unity in diversity is a big thing. Bab Dada always says, first, there has to be the unity of one direction, one strength, one faith, and then unity among companions, in service, and in the atmosphere. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today's day 7. Have love for solitude and imbibe unity and concentration. Today's topic: unity of one direction, one strength, one faith. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone is okay, everyone is well. Because the essence of knowledge and yoga to keep us okay. Right? Baba always says, write 2 words that I am okay. So I remember that I always say not only okay, but I am blissful. I am happy, I am blissful. No, that's what Dadi Prakashmani said, Avyak Babdara said. When there is super senses joy, you are not pulled anywhere. Because it's only when there is not that inner joy and happiness, then our organs pull us. See something, hear something, talk something, eat something, right? Super sensitive joy means no pull. And that is very important at confluence age to remain in super sensitive joy. Baba is giving homework for 24 hours in which Baba is saying that there should be unity in one direction, one strength and one faith, one support. It's very interesting that anytime there is anything, there will be different opinions. Whatever everyone thinks, they will express it. But also, we have our own inner feelings towards something. But when we think of one supreme direction, then what happens that internally we start changing, removing, or making ourselves free from the feelings. We go beyond feelings and then we think what is best. But I always remember Baba says, if you follow my direction, I will be responsible for that. But if you follow your own direction, then you are responsible. There are many, many souls. They do certain things which are not Srimad. And when the result is not good, they come to us. We have this situation, what can we do? Dadi Janki also used to tell me, so many souls, they have faith in Baba, they are very Baba's good BKs, but they do certain things, whether with the friends within the family or contact souls. And then what happens is they lose. And when they lose it, then as soon as they lose, they come to us. Can you help us? And Dadi will always say, but you didn't ask before doing it. No. So whenever we have to do something, we have to decide something, then we should always, always think, am I following Srimad? Or check with, if not immediate, but any senior will suggest you, like lending money or lot of little things. And in this world, there is so much greed. People are really so much into possessing the things of others also. Some have habit. You did it because your friendship, right? So then you come to Baba. Baba has to help me. Baba, please help me. But before doing it, you should take direction, right? So Baba is talking of unity of one direction, one strength, and one support. Because it's only when you have faith and then you know that that's my strength, and then you follow one direction. So Baba saying it's not a big thing to do ordinary service, regular service, but Baba says but to reform that which has been spoiled, and to bring about unity in diversity is a big thing. Bringing people together. And because of any reason something is not working, to make it work. Not make it more split, spoil it more. And which, as I said, is not intentional, but our habits. And habits are something we have to keep accurate. So Baba says, Bab Dada always says, first there has to be the unity of one direction, one strength, and one support. Then the unity amongst companions in service, and also unity in the atmosphere. Because even if you don't say it, but it's very visible when there is no unity. The atmosphere is heavy, very, very controversial. So it's always, always good to create harmony, unity amongst companion in the atmosphere, in service. I remember once we asked Dadi Janki, it was just the beginning of service in London. Service is important, or relationship. She said if there are not good relationship, service will never be successful. And after that, I always remember, wherever I am, relationships are more important. So we are very, very attentive not to repeat anything, not to say things, or even in our thoughts, always keep very, very pure vibrations so that our relationships can be of harmony and success will be constant. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good morning from Madhuban and good evening to everybody. Didi, I want to start by asking you a question and sharing an observation that over the years, I've seen you drill very deep inside yourself and anchor yourself in Baba. And there's been so many subtle changes in the ability of your mind to remain broad and also transfer Baba's power. So I know the subject of solitude and concentration is linked to this, but what have you dissolved in yourself to remain anchored in Baba?
Whenever you are expected or you are asked to be instrument for unlimited service, and you feel that it's Baba somewhere looked at our credits or look at our long-term relationship with Baba and Yagya. So when you see that is happening, then that helps you or inspires you, or you must do that, is to bring changes in the self, right? To see that there is, mind is very clean and relationship with everyone spiritual. Not only that, but bringing Baba's presence for everything. Not that I can do it. There are some, they always depend on their capacities, which is good because you don't have to depend on others. But they forget that there is biggest capacity comes from Baba's love, Baba's presence. So realizing all that helps us to not get self-centered, but rather become very open and broad, unlimited. And so I think that helps for others also, belonging. Many, many years ago, when Baba used to meet us personally, Baba used to give us blessing, many, but I remember one when Baba said, as much you move towards stage of your perfection, everyone's love will emerge towards you. But don't seek love. That was indirectly like, don't think why everyone should love me, why this one doesn't love me. You just keep moving forward, and as much you are near to your stage of perfection, the love of others will automatically emerge. And I keep that in mind. So I am not depending, asking, seeking, or have the thought, no. I have to move towards my stage of perfection. Whatever duties we do, whatever responsibilities we have, but that's the thought all the time in the mind.
Thank you. You shared one time how there's a difference between taking responsibility and being responsible. And I've always remembered that because the feeling of taking responsibility, you carry a burden, but showing up and being responsible in dharana. And I was feeling, as you were saying, of how you carry that personal responsibility, being responsible, as a brick in the fortress of the yajna. And that, I feel, is an experience that's very important for souls, because so many souls are diving into the problems, the upheavals, and the how-tos. And yet this feeling of being responsible, what does it take to cultivate that?
See, one is responsible. To be responsible is a virtue, is dharana, is your qualification too. And you have to maintain that, should happen. But like a lot of people ask me, even when I am in New York, that how do you feel? How do you manage whatever new assignment you have, including whatever you had been doing? So how do you manage? And I feel that not being role conscious, one is very heaviness, burden. I always tell to think you are the head gets headache, right? So why you think that way? Just be master and child, and be very, very natural. Even if you have to play that part, but you play it into, but keep attention to certain things. As soon as I got your assignment, only I thought came in my mind that my duty is to spiritually share God's love, share depth of knowledge. Everyone should, if everyone here all over uplift themselves spiritually, really there is no problem. And you will start seeing golden age right here. Because I also always say, wherever I am, if we cannot experience golden age here, if we cannot experience God's kingdom here, forget it. Keep waiting for future golden age really is not promising. So let's live it as we will live together in golden age. Leave a beautiful memory, whatever we do for each other, that even if we are not together, we always think about how beautiful experience I had from everyone. So this way we stay together, there is harmony. But most important is inner lightness. And inner lightness only comes when I see Baba is responsible. As I shared since 3 days, 4 days, we had quite a major thing which we are about to resolve. If God bless means it should be today. And I just thought, what can I do? Even my presence was helping in certain ways, people coming together. And I learned one thing from Dadi Prakashmani was humility. Once Dadi, some of us went to Jaipur. We were coming from Delhi or from here. So at train station, there were a lot of people, Prince Baba's family. And Dadi came out. Dadi said, you know why I've come here? And I'm going out now. We had 20 minutes stop on the station. I just come to say sorry from one group to another group. So I said, Dadi, why you have to do it? She said, because they don't want to say to each other. So I just took responsibility that on behalf of one group to say sorry to another. Like this, I saw her. Many things I remember from Dadi Prakashmani, that like someone made a mistake which was quite a big. And Dadi said that Dadi knew, and she told me because I was connected with that center. And Dadi said, I never want him to feel guilty of what he has done because he will never come close to me. And once he doesn't come close to me, he will go back into Iron Age. So I want him to give more love. I was so surprised. Generally, we warn people, we caution people, but she said, I'm giving more and more love so that that person doesn't lose that self-trust or trust in me. So I think that learning from Dadis and seeing how they remain not only light, but serving at a very different high level capacity. And that is God's love. One time someone made mistake, and this lady was wife of a very big officer. So she came to me, she said, I made mistake today. I was loud to my husband. Can we together go to Baba's room and say what Baba has to say? So we went, and so Baba smiles all the time. So she said, he's still smiling on me. So I said, he has to smile. What comes to your karmic account, remembrance will reduce some, rest you have to settle. Why should God stop his smile? And since then I remember that if Baba doesn't stop smile and try to show the stick, he has never done that. Because what someone has done, consequences are according to drama. They can reduce if. So some of these teaching, thinking of all that definitely helps to keep increasing your inner abilities, capacities, feelings, then that helps. And definitely love for yajna is another thing.
That's you've just highlighted some very precious, subtle dharnas that sustain the mind in an unlimited way in relationships or carrying out a task, be it the dharna of humility, the dharna. But the feeling I kept getting was that it's about protecting a very sacred thread of every soul's connection with Baba. And that Baba's love, no matter what, needs to reach every soul. And that's a priority above everything else. You spoke about capacity, and in the beginning, and I remember Dadi sharing one time a very strong statement. She said, this was quite a few years ago, she said 99% of Brahmins are still moving along on the basis of their nature and sanskars. And when we take the subject of introversion, of course, antarmukta, introversion, and solitude is the basis of spiritual sadhana. spiritual endeavor. But what about where introversion is a personality?
Mhm.
You know, it's someone's swabhav. Somebody's nature is to be more extrovert, somebody's nature is to be introvert. And sometimes when their nature is to be introvert, then others can feel disconnected from them. So, how does one recognize that, whether it's your nature or this is a real sadhana that I'm involved in?
Introvertedness and communication and socializing, I think it's very important to balance it. Let's say you are introverted, so your power to discern is very good. So once there is a situation where someone went and falsely told Dadi about something, so Dadi asked me and I said, well, I don't think I said it. So Dadi still wanted to find out what is truth. And then Dadi came to know that other one used to manipulate and say things in someone's name. So Dadi said, I found out that you didn't say it. So I said, yeah, I wanted you to find out. Why should I say anything? I never like to prove things. I said, truth is truth. Why I have to be doing that? So I never go into either pleasing people or all that. I don't want that habit. So Daddy said, very nice thing which I learned. You should have told me. So I wouldn't have put all these hours. So I said, Daddy, even why I have to tell I am true, other one is not. So I generally don't try to say she did it, I didn't. It's all right if you think I did it, but I didn't, so I'm honest, I have truth. It doesn't bother me. But also when she said, no, you should have told me. So that means you are in solitude, you have self-trust, and you do things with your honesty and truth. But also if you can help other soul to see that truth more quickly than investigating for such a long time. So I think that that's where I learned from Dadi that your own personal stage is one time, but allow others also not to waste their time and thoughts. So, oh, I did it, but others are still thinking. But that is also subtly, why that should happen. Do it in such a way that others also can trust and move forward. So these are very subtle things, and if we put in our dharana, I think that yes, you could be in solitude, but also very friendly, very social, and approachable. That's another thing.
Correct.
Because there are some people in so much solitude, you are scared to approach them, or you feel, should I or not? Like Daddy said, that you sometimes have to think 10 times before you say something. And for some, you say it. One time there was a soul sitting in the meeting, and Daddy said, but she won't relate. Daddy said, that's her problem, but let's all do it. And let's see how she takes it. Allow them to be part of everything, even we know that they might not at this stage. So it's like Dadi's always had such beautiful way. So I think you can be solitude, you can be loving, lovable. And one time Dadi was in New York. What you all RCs have to do, just love people, that's all. Say, Dadi, when we love them more, they get very attached. She said, no, they won't. And if they do, when there is purity, that attachment will help them, not harm them. Like your attachment with me, she said, or you all have attachment. I allow that because I know I will be helped. We will be good friends. Good, So few of the words they say that when there is purity, that attachment is not, like you had been talking about emotions and feelings and But in that, main thing is purity. When there is purity, then it's harmless, whatever.
Well, a very beautiful description, Didi. That sense of generosity, of not just getting on with my own effort, but remaining true in my interactions with souls so that they too can see light and see what is true. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning, traffic control time. So we pause here, Didi. Thank you for this little sweet taster. And
Shanti. Thank you so much. So that was a additional treat for all of us that Sister Gopi is with us here today, and I guess every day we will get more and more new seniors with us, so that's a great opportunity. Thank you so much, Gopi Ben and Didi. So tomorrow is Saturday. Our schedule is from Amrit Vela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. and then 6 o'clock, but he will start, followed by Hindi Avek Muli until 8:30. In the afternoon, Avek the children class 1:30 to 3 p.m. Avek the youth class 3 to 4 p.m. and then 6 o'clock, but he will start, followed by Hindi series, English series. Now let's remember Baba and take Drishti from Didi.
यादों में तेरी बाबा होती है सच्ची कमाई, यादों में तेरी बाबा होती है सच्ची कमाई। किया है जिसने अनुभव तेरा, किया है जिसने अनुभव तेरा, जाने वही प्यार खुदाई। यादों में तेरी बाबा होती है सच्ची कमाई, यादों में तेरी बाबा होती है सच्ची कमाई। पा ना सके तेरा अंत कोई सागर, तू गुणों का अनंत है। पाने के लिए करते हैं तपस्या, तुझको ऋषि और संत है। पा ना सके तेरा अंत कोई सागर, तू गुणों का अनंत है। पाने के लिए करते हैं तपस्या, तुझको ऋषि और संत है। मिलता है उसी को आकर, मिलता है उसी को आकर, जिसने लगन लगाई। यादों में तेरी बाबा होती है सच्ची कमाई, यादों में तेरी बाबा होती है सच्ची कमाई। रचयिता सोमनाथ तू अमरनाथ कहलाता। गोपेश्वर और रामेश्वर जग कहकर तुझे बुलाता। विश्व रचयिता सोमनाथ तू अमरनाथ कहलाता। गोपेश्वर और रामेश्वर जग कहकर तुझे बुलाता। हो गई है नैया पार, हो गई है नैया पार।
Om Shanti